Hello learners, hope you all are doing good. So this is the second video for SQL interview questions, and today in this session we are going to solve lots of problem on SQL like operator. So what is like operator? So operator help us to get the pattern searching. So basically it help us to search the pattern. Okay, so like operator for like operator we will use two most wildcards, which is percentage and underscore. So basically percentage wildcard matches 0 or 1 or more than one characters, whereas underscore wildcard matches a single character. Okay, so let's make one note here. We can remember what is this percentage wildcard. So percentage wildcard matches one or more than one character. Okay, now let's move to the another wildcard operator, which is underscore. Okay, so underscore wildcard matches single character. Okay, now with the help of this percentage wildcard and underscore wildcard, we are going to solve most of the problems. Okay, so let's start with the questions. So our first question is, find all the employees whose first name starts with S. Okay, so let me paste it here. So before starting with the query, let's run one select query to get our employee table on which we are going to perform all these operations. Let me pin this table so we can refer this table when we required it. Okay, so question is, find all the employees whose first name starts with S. So first name starts with S. So Sita starts with S, Sam start with S, Sweta start with S, Sohan start with S. So basically we need to find these um, rows which start with S. So try to read the question again so you can get the clear idea like what is the requirement. So how could we write the SQL query for this statement. So I will start with select all. So that means we need to have all the possible values. So select a star from which table? Employee table, where if name like, so like is an operator whose first name starts with S. So whose first name starts with S. So start with S and then possible characters. So we will use percentage. So this is how we can write uh, the query for first name start with S. So let's run this query and see whether we are getting the correct output or not. So see, we are getting the correct output. So question might be changed, like you need to find a last name which starts with G. So for writing those type of query, you just need to see, like here I can see the name starts with S, right? So I have written like s and then percentage. So that means percentage is for one or more than one character. So that means possible characters we are specifying, correct? Now let's move to the next problem. So find all the employees whose last name is ending with ta. So in the previous question it starts with, now it's ending with. So let's write the query. So select a star from emp where last name, so l name like ends with, right? So we need to keep in single quote, then percentage ending with ta. So now let's run the query and see whether we are getting the correct output or not. So see, last name ending with ta. So you can see there are three rows. One is Gupta, Mehta, and Gupta, right? So here we can see uh, like Mehta is ending with ta, Gupta is ending with ta. So we are getting these three rows. So how this is fetching this data? So here it's written like last name should end with ta. So we are not concerning about like the name is starting with which letters, because this is percentage means more than one character, like it may start with different characters, okay, but should be ending with ta. So this is how we need to write for ending pattern search, okay. Now let's move to the another question. So next question is, find all the employees whose last name contains the word in. So basically we need to find uh, the rows which contains in, okay. So last name, so in original table we can see in last name which names is having in. So we can see in is in Singh, it is in Sinha, and it's in the Jain, okay. So let's write a query for this statement. So select a star from emp where last name like, so percentage and what is the required element, it's in. So we need to write this, and now we can run the query. So see, we are getting three outputs where we can see uh, element is having in, like the name which is containing in is getting sorted here. So we are not concerning about like with which element or with which letter is starting or ending with. We are just concerning like whether the last name is having in or not, okay. So for contain and contains we can use a double percentage, and then we need to pass the substring, and we can search the pattern like this, okay. So see, now let's move to the another question. Find all the employees whose last name starts with si and followed by three characters, okay. So find all the employees whose last name starts with si and followed by three more characters. So last name starts with si. So we can use the concept of first name first, first query. in this fourth query, and then we can check followed by three more characters. So how can we write this? So select a star from emp where lname starts with si, and then followed by how many characters? Three characters. So one, two, three, right? So I already explained like underscore represents single character. So I am providing three underscores. That means it will be followed by three characters. Okay. Now let's run this query. So there is some issue. Oh, okay. So we just need to have caps S, because in our original table we can see the first letter is in caps. So let's rerun the query and see, we get the output Singh, Shina, and these are the two rows which starts with uh, SI and ended with three more characters. So a string length is fixed, so it's not more than 5 because it's already started with SI and it should be followed by three characters. So this is how we can write. Now let's move to the next question. Find all the employees whose first name start with any character followed by at most one character. Okay, so let's see how can we write this query. So we can write select a star from emp where first name like percentage, and let's suppose give one a which contains and followed by one character. So let's run this query. So see, we are getting, so first name percentage, we are not concerning about from which letter it's getting started, so it may be R, S, Y, anything from A to Z, and it's containing A and ending with at most one character. So I have given one single underscore which represents single character. So this is how we can write query for this statement. Now let's move to the another question. Find all the employees whose first name start with S but not start with SO. Okay, so how can we write the query for this statement? So select a star from EMP where first name like starts with S, right? So it should be S percentage, and if name not like, so we can use like for negative cases, like for uh, negative statement we can use not like person. Okay, so it will work like it will work like opposite of like. Okay, so not like, then which should not be start with S, and O. Okay, so let's try to run this query and check whether we are able to find the output or not. So see, we are getting three rows: Ram, Sita, and Sweta. Here we can see it's started with A, and each of these row is not starting with SO. So let's suppose I am I just want to check what are the rows which are starting with S. So let's run this query till here and see here Sohan is starting with S, but for our previous query we have defined like it should not be starting with SO. So that's why in this query Sohan is not coming because it's starting with SO. Okay, so now let's move to the next query. So find all the employees whose last name contains the word in and ends with two characters. Okay, so let's start. So select a start from emp where last name contains the word in. So name like, so containing, for containing we need to use percentage. Okay, and what is the substring? So it's in and end with two characters. Okay, okay. So end with two characters. So we will give the two underscore here. Now let's run the statement. So we can see, so lm contains in and ends with two characters. Okay, so gh and ha. So this is how we need to write the query for this type of questions. Now let's move to the another question. So find all the employees whose last name contains the word in and start with one character, end with number of any number of characters. Okay, so how to write query for this? So just read, select, find all the employees whose last name contains the word in, starts with one character and ends with any number of character. Okay, so how can we write query for this statement? So select a star from emp where lname like, so whose last name contains the word in and start with one character. So start with one character, so I'm giving one underscore, then it's specifying it should have in. In substring is mandate and uh, ends with any number of character. So for ending with any number of character we have given the percentage sign. Okay, now let's run this query. So see, uh, last name starts with S, so it's single character, it is having in and it's ending with any number of characters. So here it's GH and for Sinha it's HA. Okay, now let's move to the another interesting question which is most important. So find the employee who has percentage in last name. Okay, so let's see our original table. So here we have first name and last name, and in both the columns for column number 8 we are having percentage. So here we need to find the employees who has percentage in the last name. So this is the employee which is having the percentage in the last name. So how can we write SQL query for this type of a statement? So we cannot write directly like searching the percentage, because in Oracle percentage denotes like it searches or matches the pattern more than one character. So for this we have two methods. I will start with the first escape character method. So how can you write? So select a star from emp table where lname like. So how can we write the query for this? So uh, like basically what we do in normal scenario, like let's suppose percentage is s for now. So how can you uh, find the s containing lname? So you do right percentage and then you pass s. So in same manner we can pass the percentage, but we know in Oracle this percentage denotes uh, like it matches 0 or one more characters. Okay, so for this we need to use escape character here. So I will give one escape character here, and then we need to use escape keyword, and now we need to pass this escape later. Okay, so let's run this. So see, we are getting this element. Now let's suppose you are not giving this escape thing. Okay, so you will unable to get this output, because you are like getting all the first name and last name, all these details. Okay, because um, we are unable to identify which row and column is having percentage. So for that we need to have, because we need to just find the last name who is containing percentage, right? So we need to pass this escape character. Another second approach is using regular expression. Okay, so this is for them who is using Oracle version greater than 10G. Okay, so how we can write and regular expression for this type of query? So we can write like select a star from emp where regular expression like, and we need to pass the respective first name or last name, like which column you want to check. So for our example we are checking for last name, so I am passing lname, and then we need to find which element. So we need to find the percentage, so we need to pass this in underscore and close the bracket and run this query. So this will find the exact row first. So this is how we can write the queries. So I have covered all the possible scenario which can be asked in interview on like operators. So I started with pattern fun, like pattern starting with starts with, then ends with, then contains with, then starts with and followed by some characters. In similar way, start with some character and ends with some character. So I tried to follow like get all those questions and covered all those questions, You just need to practice all these questions to understand like how it works. And please let me know if you get any issue. Please comment on the video so I can get back to you and resolve your issue as soon as I can. So thank you, learners, and please like, share, subscribe to our channel. Thank you.